afternoon, family, friends, teachers, and my fellow classmates. I am honored to be standing here before you today and to be charged with giving some piece of wisdom to you all. I find this task extremely difficult, though, and not because I had to write a speech. I find it difficult because I've only been around for 18 years. I hardly know what I want to do with my life. So how am I supposed to advise all of you? What I do know is that I've grown up surrounded by those who are older, wiser, and more educated than myself, who do have a plethora of advice to give. This island is unique because of the numerous, diverse, and accomplished people who live here. People who have dedicated themselves wholeheartedly to their passion. I have been very lucky to have had the opportunity to learn from them. I want to share some of that wisdom with all of you. Invest yourself in what you do. Believe in it. Do it because you can't take yourself away from it. The journey might not always be easy. It will most likely not be easy. It will most likely be incredibly difficult. I know I bombed my fair share of extra obstacles in the last few years. But look to your role models, whether it's Mahatma Gandhi, Gloria Steinem, Macklemore, or someone more personal, like your parents, your neighbors, or your teachers, and ask yourself, how did they get where they are today? What did they go through? What is their story? I've always found it fascinating to listen to these life stories, to hear what accomplishments they have achieved and obstacles overcome. They are inspiring beyond words to me, but they are also reassuring. They show that the path that got them where they are today wasn't always straightforward, or perhaps not even visible. They remind me that it's okay to be a little afraid of the future. But honestly, some days the future terrifies me. I have many goals, but I am unsure exactly how I'm going to achieve them all. I want to be successful working in a job that fulfills me. I want to have a loving family and close friends, and of course a Ferrari or two in my garage. That being said, these unknowns also excite me, because I know I can achieve all of my goals. These challenges represent an opportunity, an adventure I have yet to stumble upon. One that will be incredibly hard, but incredibly joyful. But that fear is sometimes hard to let go of. The fear of not finding the path, of being average, of not accomplishing all that you set out to do. Fear can be debilitating and can remind us of our deepest insecurities, but it can also provide us with incredible motivation. And every individual has to find how they deal with their fear and how to use it as inspiration instead of discouragement. We all have to learn how to harness our misgivings and use them for motivation and for growth. From the stories that I have listened to, what got people through their fear of the future was dedication. There will always be lows, times when the dreams seem to be fading away, when it is no longer possible. I recently listened to a talk by author Richard Bach, who said that he could wallpaper a room with rejection slips from publishers. But what separates the champions from the rest? The fact that they didn't give up. Somewhere inside of themselves, they knew they had more to offer the world, and that determined spirit pushed them forward. Bach did eventually have his novel, Jonathan Livingston Seagull, published, and many more, and as we all know, they are world-renowned. What provided this intense motivation may differ from individual to individual, but the effect is the same. I truly believe that every single person has something unique to give back to our world. That is not the issue. The issue is whether or not everyone has the dedication and the inspiration to find what they have to give. There have been many that have shown me this level of dedication in my life, and I am very fortunate for this. Musicians who can pick up any instrument and play with expertise. Warriors who wear multiple black belts. Athletes who spend 7 hours a day on the tennis courts teaching. And artists who wake up at 2 in the morning to pound metal. People who will inspire me throughout my life and continue to provide motivation and encouragement by mere example. Up to this point, I have dedicated myself to education. I wouldn't be standing up here today if I didn't. And let me tell you, it has most definitely been a hard 4 years, but also an extremely rewarding 4 years. There were times where I didn't want to do any more homework, where I thought my teachers were ridiculous. Weeks when I wasn't quite sure how I was going to get everything done. And the only way I got through them was by trusting myself. And this worked most of the time. But looking back, I wouldn't change anything. All the work that I put into school, all the decisions I made, whether I see them as good or bad now, got me here and made me who I am today. Like I said before, I know that each and every one of our lives has been touched by someone. We all have had a mentor, an inspiration, or a role model. So become one too. Find something you truly love, something that completes you, something that if you were to stop doing, you would stop being yourself, and share it. Give your knowledge and your wisdom back. Inspire someone else. Help someone find what they have to give. So class of 2015, today I challenge you all to make your lives a story worth telling, and to be also a part of someone else's. Thank you.
So, as valedictorian, Taj is going to be presented today with the Phi Beta Kappa Book Award as well. Chief of Staff, Phi Beta Kappa Association. So I want to thank him for his leadership academically with his staff. Wait for the vote.